How's it going, everyone? Welcome to the second installment of the Building a Mushroom Farm in NYC series. Today we're going to be making a start on the fruiting room. Fruiting room is one of the most important parts of a mushroom farm. This is where they're actually going to turn into the mushrooms that we know and love. The objective of building a fruiting room is to make an environment that the mushrooms want to grow in and will grow well in. In practice, that means we need high humidity levels, plenty of airflow, and the right temperature. Now, our goal when we're building this fruiting room is to keep each of these environmental factors in check. The first thing we need to do is build a room in which to do this. Because of the high humidity requirements, this room needs to be completely sealed and fully waterproof. We're going to be using a similar design to the clean room build that I completed last week with one modification. We're not using wood, we're using steel. Now, I probably could get away with using a wood frame again, but I just want to be sure, just in case there's any leakage at all, that the frame is not going to absorb that moisture. These are 1 5/8 inch galvanized steel studs, and that's what we're going to build the frame out of. So I'll stop rambling and let's get framing. For the walls of this fruiting room, I'm going to be using corrugated plastic again. I really like this material. It's pretty cheap, it goes up easily, and it's super easy to clean. All right, we are on day 4 of the fruiting room build, and I'm gonna try and get this thing done today. Yesterday was a pretty tough one. The ceiling panels did not go in easy, but we got it done, and now we're back to put the finishing touches on this thing. So I'm gonna start today by installing a support for the vent flange for the intake, and then I'm gonna install the actual flanges themselves for the intake and the exhaust. And after that, we're gonna get a door on this thing. I'm gonna build a door out of studs and tracks with some supports. And then we're going to be taping up all the seams, installing the ducting, and cleaning this thing if I have time. And probably a few other things that I'm not remembering right now, but let's roll the footage and get into it. So that's the grow room build done. Now I just want to quickly explain how this room actually works to create the right environment for my mushrooms. Outside there's an inline fan that blows air through this ducting, through the humidifier barrel, and out into the room. That fan is always running to give the mushrooms a consistent supply of fresh air. The humidifier barrel is full of water and contains an ultrasonic mist maker that turns on and off based on the humidity levels in here. When the humidity drops below the range that I have programmed into my humidity sensor over there, the mist maker turns on and humidifies the air coming into this room until it reaches the proper level. At the back of the room, there's another duct port connected to an exhaust fan that pulls air out of the room and out the window. Mushrooms produce a ton of spores and CO2, which needs to be removed from this room, so I also have this fan running 24/7. This one runs at a slightly higher level than the intake fan to create a negative pressure in here and prevent spores, CO2, or humidity from getting out into the rest of the facility. I also have a circulator fan on the side here, which moves air and humidity around this room to create uniform conditions throughout. This system provides the mushrooms in here with the fresh, humid air that they need to thrive. I've been running this room for a little over a month now, and it's given me some awesome results. This design could really be applied to grow rooms of any size, and if you're thinking of building one yourself, I hope this video gave you some ideas on how to pull it off. I'm planning on making more videos in the future that go into much more detail about the different aspects of running and maintaining a grow room, but until then, happy growing.